Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to today's video. Sadly, another rubbish day in the market. It's just really slow at the moment, so no trades taken here. You just not a lot going on. Pretty much nothing from the gap list. Nothing really come up on the scanners. But there are two things I want to talk about quickly in today's video. There was a sort of a small potential opportunity on RENN. This was the only one that was gapping up pre-market this morning, as you see here. And it was coming to resistance basically off this 247 area, which I'll point out now. So as you see, you could have basically shorted off this 247 area, so basically 250, the $0.5, and you could have probably looked to maybe go down to around the 214 $2 area. So that's pretty much the only one in play. And as you see here, so what I'll just quickly show you to sort of give you an idea of how I get those areas marked out is, once again, go into the daily chart, maximize, and you see here this candle here. I'll just try and zoom out quickly, but you see how this 247 touched it here, touching it along here. So that 250 is just becoming resistance, and also we got the 200 moving average right there on 250. So basically that 250 area is that resistance, and another thing to point out is just sort of the volume required to get over it. But yeah, so 250, that would have been your area to get short. But then once again, I didn't really, the range on it was down to maybe this 214 $2 area. So I wasn't keen on it from a shorting perspective. But it would have, hindsight's always really good. And as you see how it played out today, just some areas I marked out, 214 and 180. And you see how they've touched it here. And the 214 and 180 is not what I marked out on the daily chart. On the intraday 1 minute chart, is once again what I marked out on the daily chart. So 214 is there, 180 is a consolidation here, bit of a pivot point. Just sort of a standard area it's hitting, especially recently. So and you also got the 9 EMA. So just to give you, there's sort of the areas that did come into play. I mean, hindsight, this is a great little move, 60 cents, just straight down. Was never looking to long this. The opportunity I was looking at is if it got up to this 319 area on the daily, that was the place I was going to look to short. So 319 is the start of that gap fill. 60 million plus volume required to pretty much get to that 319 area. So pretty confident there. If it got there, I would have good entry to get into short. But yeah, sadly that was pretty much it. The other thing I just want to talk about was TAIT. Just what I mentioned yesterday is really important to, there's a little bit of volume coming in here, but it's really important just to watch how stocks play out. Don't jump in straight away, because you would have been burned massively on this stock today. So it made a little, and the thing is, this actually makes it look better than what it was. This was such, no volume, really slow coming in, and it wasn't like it was going really quick up and down and you can judge it better. It was just 1 second it was here at basically 240, and next second it would just like almost look like a gap up. It'd be at 260. Really slow, and you see here it almost got to the $5 area where it was going to get halted, and then it flushed all the way down to this 440 area. So the point of the story is when these stocks come up on these scanners, be really careful, because this is the area where I've been burned before. 90% of them pump and dump. So unless you're in, right at the start, just don't trade it. You want stocks that are providing history, such as even RENN, where there's sort of consistent volume. You can see what's going on in the stock. You can see how it's moving. This is pre-market. Even pre-market, you're getting an idea of how this stock's moving, and as it opened, it was just rubbish. Or you look at like ROAN, you just get an idea because of volume how this stock is actually moving. So when you get these ones such as TAIT, I'm going to get it out of the way. Actually, no. When you get these stocks such as TAIT, where you just see no volume, and all of a sudden, bang, all the volume comes in, 100,000 shares, and then that's it. It's over. So be careful on those ones. Basically, a pump and dump. So that's it. Market really rubbish. Tomorrow, maybe because it's the end of end of April, maybe tax and everything. So I think people are just trying to save some money, book some money, book a green month in. And let's hopefully May will start of a new month tomorrow. Let's hope people are right back at it tomorrow, trying to get off to a good start, and let's hope that volume comes in. So that's it, guys. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.